Hi, everybody, and welcome into Day 2 of the Clash at Canyons tournament in 2023. This is game number 3, the consolation game between Oxnard and Barstow College here from Lee Smelser Court at the Cougar Cage. I'm Matt Robinson, glad to have you along with us as always. Well, these two teams yesterday had a rough go of it against their opponents as both games were blowouts. Cuyamaca, a 74-48 win over Oxnard, who will be the visitor here in this game today. And on the other side, Barstow, a 101-83 loss to College of the Canyons. So both teams trying to bounce back, find their first win of the season here today from the Cougar Cage. As the starting lineups for both sides, for Oxnard, Noah Del Rio Sanchez, Sion Sweat, Jacob Mora, Daniel Ortiz, and Rashawn Rucker will get the start for the Oxnard Condors, whose head coach is Rob McClurkin as the head coach of the Oxnard Condors. On the other side for the Barstow Vikings, Derek Eady, Jack Roberts, Anthony Prestia, Jalen Fultz, and Jalen Blanchard will get the start for Jerry Wright's squad as they get in their gray uniforms today, wearing their home colors. As we will have the opening tip in just a moment here. Oxnard in blue with some white striping along the torso and the legs of their pants. Oxnard, Barstow, as we said, in gray with dark blue or black numbers. It's hard to tell from up here with some yellow outline on it. So we are just about ready to get underway. Oxnard and Barstow here in game number 3 of the 2023 Clash at Canyons tournament. Remember, we'll have the championship game at 2 o'clock here on the Cougar Sports Network between College of the Canyons and Cuyamaca. It'll be 2 o'clock or later, depending on how long this game takes, as Barstow wins the opening tip and will go to work with the basketball here. Prestia will set it up to Blanchard. Blanchard will try and move it around the perimeter. Now Prestia again with it as Oxnard pressing high along the perimeter. Here's Fultz on the catch outside the three-point line. Stops his dribble, tried to get a bounce pass inside to Eady, but it's taken away by Oxnard, and they go back the other way. Sweat will dump it off. Daniel Ortiz back to Sweat in the middle to Mora. Mora will drive to inside the painted area, but misses. Mora had 6 points in 30 minutes yesterday. Had a couple of good runs at some time, but kind of slowed down as he pulls down the rebound. And Oxnard back the other way. This ball tipped out by Barstow. And it'll stay with Oxnard here. So Oxnard in the blue attacking to our right here in the first. Barstow in the gray attacking to our left. Checking on the table here. And we'll go back to work. Off the inbound play, Ortiz now will get it over to Noah Del Rio Sanchez. He kind of rolls it over to Sion Sweat. They'll work it around the perimeter. Del Rio Sanchez to Mora in the middle. He misses on a little right-handed jumper that does not fall. And the outlet the other way to Blanchard will bring it up the floor here for Barstow. Dumps it off Prestia. On the far side, three-pointer on the way from Roberts off the front of the rim. Fultz and Rucker battling for it. Fultz able to come down with it, but his putback no good. And Rucker pulls down the board. Back the other way, Del Rio Sanchez into the corner. Three-pointer on the way from Ortiz, short. Fultz with the board. Outlet ahead, but almost a turnover, as Ortiz got a hand on it, but could not keep it in play. Look at the numbers for both sides from yesterday. Daniel Ortiz led the way for Oxnard with 15 points in 29 minutes. Had 4 rebounds, an assist, a block. Only 1 turnover in the ball game. Was 3 of 5 from 3. As Barstow gets an open look for Jack Roberts, who couldn't knock it down. On the other side for Barstow, Tejon Perkins-Bell had 13. Derek Eady had 11. Anthony Prestia had 13. Chima Ozono had 12, and Jalen Blanchard had 10. As everybody pretty much got even minutes, right around the 20-minute mark for the entire roster, or at least the entire group that played. As they went pretty much 5 and 5. As we expect Jerry Wright to maybe run the same system here today, where You'll see all 5 subs come off the bench at one time. As Oxnard tries to work one through, goes onto the far side, Ortiz. They work a shot for Rucker, but he misses short. Neither side has hit a field goal yet. Both teams 0 for 4. Each time down the floor, they have failed to find anything successful. Here's a turnover. As Blanchard tried to feed it to Prestia. Del Rio Sanchez drives, and he has the lay-in the first bucket of the ball game. Nearly 2.5 minutes in, it's 2-0 Oxnard. Another turnover as Del Rio Sanchez takes this one away. Outlet trying to get it to Ortiz, and then a pass tipped out by Edie. Ortiz had to pick it up, was trying to throw it back to Rucker. And we'll get a timeout here from Barstow. Just 2 minutes and 35 seconds into the ball game. We'll step aside for just a moment as well. So it'll be Oxnard basketball out of the break. Del Rio Sanchez thought about a 3. Instead, will work it inside. Got it to Rucker, and Rucker puts it home. Rashawn Rucker, just 2 points in 23 minutes, was 1 of 7 from the floor. Really struggled yesterday. Rucker, one of the few returners for Oxnard. His season high last year was 15 points against Ventura. As Blanchard draws the foul, and Blanchard will go to line for 2 shots. Foul was on Sion Sweat, his first, and the first against Oxnard, as the first of 2 foul shots is good from Blanchard. He makes the second. Blanchard was 2 of 3 yesterday from the free throw line. Barstow once again in that full court press. We saw it all day yesterday against College of the Canyons. It worked for some time, but then the Cougars were able to figure it out and, of course, moved on to the 101-83 victory. And really, a lot of those, a bunch of those 83 points were in garbage time, so it was a little bit larger of a win than just 17 points for College of the Canyons yesterday, 18 points for College of the Canyons yesterday. So this one tipped out. Four to 2 in favor of Oxnard. Barstow gets it in. There's Blanchard on the drive, kick out. 3 from the corner from Fultz is no good. Edie had the rebound. Got it knocked out of his hand. Barstow got it back, and then a travel going to be called against Blanchard as he shuffled his feet underneath the basket trying to get himself loose. Just about 4 minutes gone. Low scoring affair so far. Barstow 0 of 5 from the floor. Oxnard 2 of 8. As Barstow's only 2 points have come off foul shots from Jalen Blanchard. Rucker block extended near side, or far side, excuse me. A little soft touch off the rim is good. So Rucker has 4 here early on. Back to a 4-point Oxnard lead. Prestia trying to drive, tried to get it down low to Roberts, but it's off his hands and out of play. And another Barstow turnover. Barstow here early on, 3 turnovers in the ball game. Ortiz dribbles himself out of some trouble and finds Rucker for an easy bucket underneath the basket. So Rashawn Rucker here, 3 of 4 from the floor with 6 points. And Oxnard has a 6-point lead. Prestia trying to drive, stops his drive, kicks it back. Edie a 3, that's an air ball. And Barstow will go full 5 subs here. So the entire lineup changes over for Barstow. DeMio, Ozono, Perkins Bell, along with Airy and Gazolga all out there. The same unit we saw yesterday as the second unit. So Oxnard with a 6-point lead. They work it around Noah Del Rio Sanchez. Back up to Sion Sweat. He'll try and drive. Little stop-up jumper, no good. Rebound to Airy, and he's going to be called for a travel. So basketball back to Oxnard here. After the error by Airy, Sweat will go back to work. Del Rio Sanchez on the far side. Gets it to Rucker. Top of the block on the far side. Little turnaround hook in the lane, no good. Rebound underneath, picked up by Ortiz. Making an 8-point lead. Ortiz's first bucket, then Gazolga snaps a little 6-0 run. Gazolga yesterday 6 points in 14 minutes. It was 2 of 4 from 3, and those are his only 2 buckets made. It's 2 of 6 total from the floor. Did have 3 assists in the ball game. Here's Sweat for Oxnard. Barstow backed off, gave him an open look, but he just had too much on it. Vikings trying to run back the other way. Transition 3, no good from Ozono. Rebound goes off of Barstow, out of play, and it'll be Oxnard basketball. Another bucket that time for Oxnard is Ortiz with his second bucket of the ball game. Little layup for him. He's now got 4. Scratch that, he's got 2, as Mora had the previous bucket. And a timeout on the floor called by Oxnard, 12-4, 13:38 to go here in the first half. Condors out on a 12-4 run to start. And we'll take a timeout.
Meet Nigel Terry. In 2018, UCLA Health made him Laker for a day. Not because he beat cancer once, he beat cancer twice. He inspired us to push, to make the impossible possible. Because that's what Nigels do. And the world needs more Nigels. UCLA Health.
So go back to work here with Oxnard basketball out of the timeout in a 12-4 game. Noah Del Rio Sanchez is going to be called for a travel. Got tied up as he was trying to stop. Thought he drew a foul, but did not get it. Turnovers the story so far. 5 turnovers on Barstow, none so far. That's the first one for Oxnard. Offensive foul going to be called for a moving screen against Jaden DeMeo. First team foul on Barstow. Here's Sweat. They'll work it into Rucker. Back up top to Sweat. Had to tip it to himself. Gets it over to Daniel Ortiz. Then Mora gets Ortiz loose. Good little combination that time in the two-man game, and Ortiz with a little floater that falls. So a 10-point lead, largest of the afternoon for either side so far. As Airy missed, trying to drive to the bucket. Better defense that time by Oxnard. As they'll work at Ortiz again, corner Sweat. Sweat wants to drive baseline, up Mora at the top of the foul line. Drives into the paint, threw up a wild shot that doesn't fall. And that one goes out off of Oxnard. It'll be Barstow basketball. Here's Gazolga running back up the floor. Has Airy. Tried to throw it to the corner to Perkins Bell, but Del Rio Sanchez right there to pick it off. 3-on-2 fast break the other way. Finished off by Jacob Mora, his second bucket of the ball game. And Oxnard extending the lead. Del Rio Sanchez picks up a foul, so Airy going to go to the line here. Isaac Means comes in to take over for Rucker. First of 2 foul shots from Airy, no good. Airy yesterday didn't get a trip to the line. Hits 1 of 2 here. Makes it an 11-point game. Del Rio Sanchez a 3 that's too strong. Rebound foul. Going to be called against Oxnard here. They give a foul to Mora. His first foul. Just a little too aggressive on the rebound. So here's Barstow back to work. Gazolga spinning. Working to the near side of the floor, pointing out directions, trying to get somebody loose. Fell down, kept his dribble alive. Got it over to Ozono. Little jumper from 18 is no good. Del Rio Sanchez with the rebound, finds Mora on the fast break, missed on the layup. And then a foul called as Ortiz got the rebound. I think Mora just had a little bit too much of a head of steam, and that's why he missed what should have been an easy lay-in. But DeMeo picks up the foul, his second off the rebound. It'll put Ortiz to the line. Ortiz yesterday didn't have a trip to the foul line. So far you look, Rucker with 6, Mora with 4, Ortiz with 4. And Del Rio Sanchez with 2 as Ortiz misses the first of 2. For Barstow, Gazolga has 2, Blanchard has 2, and Airy with 1. Has a 16-5 lead as Sweat comes off the floor. Second of 2 from Ortiz is good. They brought in Ethan Macias. Here's a steal from Means, and he finishes with a one-handed slam around Ozono, and the lead now 14, largest of the day. Here's Airy drives, a blocking foul going to be called against Mora. It'll be the second against Jacob Mora. So Mora now with 2 fouls. DeMio with 2 fouls on the other side. First from Airy is good. Mora going to check out as Rucker going to come back in. Second from Airy is good, so Airy now with 3 points as he's 3 of 4 from the foul line. Quick outlet to Ortiz, and he's going to draw the foul as Airy went up to try and contest. That'll be the first foul against Shakir Airy, and it'll send Ortiz back to the line once again with a 12-point Oxnard lead, 19-7. Largest has been 14 so far. Second of 2 is good. Basket from Shakir Airy. Sweat back in to take over for Del Rio Sanchez. Sweat able to get it across the timeline here. Miss from Rucker driving down the floor. Rebound, Edie back up to Prestia, an air ball 3. Saved by Fultz, but given to Means for Oxnard. This will bring it back up the floor. Ortiz, a 3 on the way, short. Means the rebound, spins back into the paint, draws the foul, goes to the line. Means knocks down the first. So make it 21-9. There's Roberts underneath. He knocks it home. First bucket of the day for Roberts. Short off of the hand of Ortiz. Blanchard back up the floor. Gets to the corner to Roberts. Extra pass inside to Edey. And a blocking foul going to be called. Score it and the foul for Edey. Sweat's going to be called for the foul. It'll be the second on Sion Sweat. Just the fifth foul on Oxnard with 8:28 to go here. Ortiz off the floor. Macias off the floor as Noah Del Rio Sanchez back in and Theo Briscoe into the game for the first time. Barstow, of course, made 5 full change once again. So that's what we saw them do yesterday, seeing them do the same here today. Here's Briscoe, trapped in the corner just across the timeline. Almost threw it away. Del Rio Sanchez's pass goes off the leg of Means. Or excuse me, went off the leg of Edey, and Edey was able to pick it up and bring it the other way. Here's Blanchard, driving baseline with the left hand, goes back up with his right and missed. Rucker the rebound, outlets ahead. Del Rio Sanchez on the run. Got it over to Means, but he's going to be called for a travel. Roberts nearly had it stolen as Sweat was sweeping his hand in there, and then he got it to Prestia, who knocks down a 3. And just like that, Barstow back in the ballgame. They trailed by as much as 14, but all of a sudden it's a 4-point Oxnard lead. Here's a 3 from Briscoe, no good. Edey the rebound, outlet ahead. Roberts steps into a 3 to make it a 1-point game. No, Rucker the board. Found Sweat, who tells everybody to run ahead. He'll bring it up with a head of steam, trying to run around Blanchard, lost the basketball. Just an Oxnard turnover, plain and simple right there. Prestia to make it a 1-point game. Wing 3, no good. Sweat with the rebound. And they'll slow things down just a touch. Briscoe trying to drive, went down. Going to be called for a travel as his foot moved. And it'll be a timeout by Oxnard. 6:44 to go, 21-17. Condors in the lead.
At Jersey Mike's, watching them freshly slice your sub is the coolest thing you'll see. And the second coolest thing you'll see is this. Woo! Here we go. Twirl. Up, big, hand down. One hand, up. No. Flip. I could eat. Slice right in front of you. The Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above. Mike's thing. A sub above.
6:44 to go, 21-17. Oxnard leading Barstow. Condors had a 14-point lead at one point in this first half, but Barstow has seemed to find their rhythm here with the first unit back on the floor here midway through this first half. And have it back within 4. Fultz will run it ahead. Drops it Prestia. Wanted to step back, instead got it over to Blanchard. Blanchard now up top. Edey driving, kicks it corner. Prestia mishandled it, so he had to just collect. Now Edey, block extended, works into the paint with the right hand. Little baby hook is good. It's a 2-point ball game, a 1-possession game for the first time in a while. As Edey with a bucket now has 5. Briscoe driving baseline, dumps underneath. Rucker goes up over Blanchard, gets it and cuts the foul as well. So the and one for Rucker, who's now got 8. Rucker makes the foul shot, so give him 9 now. Daniel Ortiz back in. You also get Robbie Schultz into the game. Lead back up to 5 after the 3-point play for Rucker, who's a point off double figures here. Oxnard defense is picked back up a little bit as they get another takeaway. That time it was Ortiz creating the steal. Here's Sweat. Got it over Del Rio Sanchez, wants to drive. Little stop, got it to Sweat. Now he'll try and drive. Jump stop into the middle of the floor, no good. Rebound goes off of Barstow and out, so it'll be Oxnard basketball with 5:31 to go here in the first half. A 24-19 ball game. Low scoring affair. Both teams struggled early on. Each team was 0 of 4 to start. Oxnard shooting 41% from the floor so far, 10 of 14. Barstow 5 of 18, just 21% from, or 27% from the floor. Only one three-pointer made so far in the ballgame. That was Prestia a little while ago. Barstow 1 of 7. Oxnard 0 of 5. Make them 0 of 6 from 3. As a tip rebound finds its way to Jack Roberts. He'll throw it ahead. Edie will dump Blanchard. He'll step into a wing 3, and it's good. Only the second three-pointer of the ball game. Good shot from Blanchard. Gets it back to a one-possession game at 24-22 in favor of Oxnard. Schultz, his scoop pass deflected. Taken away. Edie on a run out. Well, Euro step in the lane is good, and we are tied at 24 with 4:50 to go. Remember, Oxnard led by 14 at one point in the first half here. And we are all of a sudden back to an even ball game. That one tipped out of play by Barstow. It'll stay with the Condors here, as the Vikings going to go with 4 bodies, not 5, as they will, actually they will find the 5th out there on the floor, as Perkins Bell was late to get up off the bench. So it's actually Deshaun Palmer coming in instead of Airy here. First opportunity for Palmer today. He played 22 minutes the other night, last night. Is that one out off of Barstow? Sweat checking out. Davari Davis checking in. Schultz drives baseline, reverse layup, no. Got his own rebound. We'll reset here for Oxnard. Del Rio Sanchez, foul line stop-up jumper too strong. Got his own board, then draws a foul, so Noah Del Rio Sanchez will go to the line for a pair of shots. Jaden DeMio has his 3rd personal, so he's going to check back out of the game here. Noah Del Rio Sanchez 2 for 3 from the foul line yesterday. Makes the first. Edie comes back in. Second from Del Rio Sanchez, rattles in and out. So it's a 1-point Oxnard lead. 25-24, 4:10 to go here in the first half. Gazolga will work to his right. Pointing out some directions, guarded tightly by Noah Del Rio Sanchez. Got it to Edie. Davis trying to strip it from him. Edie will work off the screen into the corner. Three-pointer, Ozono missed it. Oxnard trying to run back the other way. Davis, Del Rio Sanchez tried to bounce pass inside. It was kicked by Barstow, so it'll be Oxnard basketball. Three from Ortiz, no good. Kazonga, three on the way, no. Rebound picked up by Mora. There's Del Rio Sanchez spinning. Dumps Mora, had it stripped out of his hand. Perkins Bell the other way on a run out. Fouled from behind, coming back by Davari Davis. So Tejon Perkins Bell, who's without a point so far in the ballgame, will go to the line. Did not have a free throw opportunity yesterday. Rattles home the first. We're tied at 25 with 3:08 to go in the first half. Second is good as well. So Barstow with their first lead of the ball game at 26-25, and they give it up just like that as Ortiz back on the other end. Ortiz now with 7 in the ball game. Oxnard gets another stop. They quickly go ahead. Ortiz, another easy finish. Give him 9. So he and Rucker approaching double figures. It's a 29-26 lead. That one went off of Oxnard now to play, so it'll be Barstow basketball. Barstow just throws this one away. Trying to work for an open shot, just could not get anything going. And a travel called against Oxnard going back up the floor, so it's a turnover for Oxnard. Barstow gets the ball back, trailing by 3, 29-26. Edie dropped it to Perkins Bell. Now to Fultz. Fultz drives, puts up a shot that doesn't fall. Edie and Mora battling for the rebound. It's going to be out off of Edie. And it'll be Oxnard basketball. 2:03 to go here in the first half. It's a tight one now. It was a 14-point Oxnard lead at one point. A little sloppy play down low. It's out off of Oxnard, so it'll be Barstow basketball here. Edie trying to get loose in the lane, and does. Little right-handed runner goes. Back to a one-point game, but again, Oxnard gets an open man down the floor on the full court. Preston DeMille has, or excuse me, Schultz has an easy bucket. So right back to a 3-point lead for Oxnard here with 1:10 to go. Prestia got it inside Edie. Back up top Prestia for the tie. It's good. Good shot in rhythm by Prestia there. As Prestia now with 6. Six to shoot here for Oxnard. Under 30 seconds to go. They're not going to get a shot away. It's a steal from Barstow. Shot clock is off. Barstow running back the other way. Perkins Bell had it poked out of play, and it's going to go with Oxnard here. As they say, it went off of Tejon Perkins Bell and went out. Isaac Means checking back in. We're tied at 31 all. .16 seconds to go. Blocking foul going to be called against Fultz. And it should send Noah Del Rio Sanchez to the line for 1-1. As Oxnard is in the bonus. Next foul on Oxnard would put Barstow in the bonus. So 1-1, so the ball will be live on the foul shot here. Del Rio Sanchez makes the first. 13.4 to go here in the first half. Second is good as well. Oxnard pressing here. Gazolga runs it up the floor, but then dribbled it out of bounds off his own foot. So with 8.2, Oxnard will get the ball back. And one final chance here in the first half. Barstow will have the ball out of halftime as they have the possession arrow currently. Corner three on the way. No good. Rolled in and out from Ortiz. Del Rio Sanchez not able to get that off before the buzzer. So a 33-31 Oxnard lead as we go into the halftime break here from Lee Smelzer Court at the Cougar Cage.
College of the Canyons is always ready when it comes to your athletic future. With 17 intercollegiate sports programs to cheer for, opportunities for student athletes to learn, train, and compete, and a championship mindset that has produced state and national titles, College of the Canyons and the Cougars athletics programs offer a great college experience. Take control of your athletic future at College of the Canyons. Visit canyons.edu/schedule and cocathletics.com now.
At Jersey Mike's, watching them freshly slice your sub is the coolest thing you'll see. And the second coolest thing you'll see is this.
Woo! Here we go. Twirl. Up, dip, two. Hand down. One hand, up. Up. Flip. I could eat. Sliced right in front of you. The Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
Meet Nigel Terry. In 2018, UCLA Health made him Laker for a day. Not because he beat cancer once, he beat cancer twice. He inspired us to push, to make the impossible possible. Because that's what Nigels do, and the world needs more Nigels. UCLA Health.
At College of the Canyons, we're always here to help make your future remarkable. Choosing classes is always flexible, so you can study your way. Learn at one of our 2 state-of-the-art campuses, or from home with our online options. Tuition is always affordable, with classes starting at just $46 per unit. We offer financial aid and 0 textbook cost classes to help you save. Always flexible, affordable, remarkable. Always College of the Canyons. Visit canyons.edu/schedule now.
Our sports medicine program here at College of the Canyons is meant to introduce students who are interested in some type of career in sports medicine. Most of my students are interested in careers as an athletic trainer, physical therapist, or orthopedic surgeon. So when they're done with our program, they will have their Associates of Science. Do you love sports? And do you take satisfaction from seeing someone go from injury all the way back to the sport that they love? Then this is a program you should definitely consider.
At Jersey Mike's, they freshly slice your sub right in front of you, which takes some training.
Rising up, bread's on the sheet. Did my time, took out my toppings. Went the distance, now my prep is complete. Just a limb and its will to thrive. It's the arm of the slicer, it's the thrill of the slice. Freshly sliced before your eyes, unlike our rivals. And then every last arriver gets a sub that excites. And it's all thanks to the well-trained arm of the slicer.
Sliced right in front of you. The Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
College of the Canyons is always ready when it comes to your athletic future. With 17 intercollegiate sports programs to cheer for, opportunities for student athletes to learn, train, and compete, and a championship mindset that has produced state and national titles, College of the Canyons and the Cougars athletics programs offer a great college experience. Take control of your athletic future at College of the Canyons. Visit canyons.edu/schedule and cocathletics.com now.
At Jersey Mike's, watching them freshly slice your sub is the coolest thing you'll see. And the second coolest thing you'll see is this.
Woo! Here we go. Twirl. Up, big two. Hand down. One hand. Up. No. Flip. I could eat. Sliced right in front of you. The Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
Meet Nigel Terry. In 2018, UCLA Health made him Laker for a day. Not because he beat cancer once, he beat cancer twice. He inspired us to push, to make the impossible possible. Because that's what Nigels do. And the world needs more Nigels. UCLA Health.
At College of the Canyons, we're always here to help make your future remarkable. Choosing classes is always flexible, so you can study your way. Learn at one of our 2 state-of-the-art campuses, or from home with our online options. Tuition is always affordable, with classes starting at just $46 per unit. We offer financial aid and 0 textbook cost classes to help you save. Always flexible, affordable, remarkable. Always College of the Canyons. Visit canyons.edu/schedule now.
Welcome back into the Cougar Cage. Halftime here from Lee Smelser Court. As Oxnard with a 33-31 advantage over Barstow. Look at some of the first half numbers. For Oxnard, 38% from the floor. Barstow, 37%. Barstow, 25% from 3, 3 of 12. Oxnard, 0 for 8 from beyond. Each team with about the same number of free throws, 7 of 10 for Oxnard, 8 of 9 for Barstow. The rebounds in favor of Oxnard, the turnovers more by Barstow by 2. As you see, Ortiz with 10 points leading the way for Oxnard, 80 with 9 leading the way for Barstow. As it'll be Barstow Vikings basketball out of the break as they will move to our right here in the second half, trailing by a pair. As it'll be the starting 5 for Barstow out on the floor from the first portion of the game. In Prestia, Blanchard, Edie, Roberts, and Foltz. It's Noah Del Rio Sanchez, Sion Sweat, Jacob Mora, Daniel Ortiz, and Rashawn Rucker out there to start for The Oxnard Condors off the Barstow miss. Rucker, who had a hot start to the first half, gets himself into double figures with a good start here in the second. He's got 11 now, and Oxnard extends the lead back up to 4. There's Prestillo with the basketball, spinning with Noah Del Rio Sanchez right on him. A couple of bounces over to Edie. Now to Fultz. Three-pointer is running through. Was more to try and defend. This ball out off of Rucker on the rebound, so Oxnard unable to control the rebound. Will give Barstow a reset here. So bring it back in right underneath the basket to Edie, who puts it in. Edie now with 11, so he gets himself into double figures. Second game in a row, Edie has found himself in double figures. Had 11 points last year against Oxnard in the opening game of the clash. Has 11 here against Oxnard so far today, as we are just underway in the second. Blanchard will get it into play. Prestia, corner three on the way, no good. Oxnard wants to get out and run here. Del Rio Sanchez will get him into the half-court set. Here's Sweat. Roberts cut his dribble off, made him turn back to his right. Sweat off the glass, no good. Mora couldn't get the rebound, but it tipped over to Ortiz, who just softly banks it off the window and in. Ortiz now with 12 to lead the way for Oxnard. It's still a 4-point lead, 37-33. Fultz trying to get it back inside to Edie, but his pass missed. 2-on-1 the other way for Oxnard. Del Rio Sanchez doesn't get a clean shot away. Got his own rebound as it hit the side of the backboard. Had to reset as the shot clock reset when it should not have. That one does not catch rim, but Barstow turns it over on the outlet play. Rucker will slow it down, gets it to Sion Sweat. Sweat, 20-footer is good. First bucket of the ball game for Sion Sweat. Lead back up to 6. Edie tries for 3, no. Sweat will slow things down with a 6-point lead. Errant pass. 11th turnover on Oxnard. Wholesale changes for Barstow. It's the second unit on the floor. It's Ari Gazolga, DeMio, Perkins Bell, and Ozono out there. DeMio knocks down a 16-footer. Oxnard just turns this one over. Little miscommunication on the full court press break that time. As Sweat will check out. Davari Davis will check in. 4-point Oxnard lead, 39-35. Gazolga, bounce pass. Zona. Worked it back to the middle of the floor. Dropped it back for Gazolga, who's barking out directions, trying to get the Vikings in the proper set here. DeMio, 6. Airy, 3 from the wing on the near side. It's too strong. And it's a shot clock violation, so it'll be Oxnard basketball. Rucker, block extended near side, trying to lean against DeMio. Gathered it, put it in with the right hand. Nearly lost it as he tried to spin back to the middle of the floor, but was able to collect and get it in. Airy trying to drive. Couldn't keep his body in enough control to put it in, and then a turnover straight away from Mora. Perkins Bell, a little Euro step around him for an easy bucket. Perkins Bell now with 4. Lead back down to 4. Area steal. Outlet. Perkins Bell on a run out. Easy lay-in. Back-to-back buckets for Tejon Perkins Bell. And the Oxnard lead back down to 2. "17-footer no good." Rebound Mora, fouled as he went back up. And Oxnard back to the line with 14:42. Third foul on Airy. Mora makes the first. Mora's first trip to the line today. He was 2 of 3 from the line yesterday. Rucker out. Robbie Schultz back in. And then Mora checks back out as Isaac Means in. Zolga sprinting for a layup, no good. Airy the offensive board, and Airy going to get to the line. Airy no good on the first of 2. Misses on the second, but got his own rebound, put it off the window and in. So Shakir Airy gets a bucket. He's got 7 now. That's going to be a foul against Schultz. DeMio going to go to the line here. DeMio misses the first. First trip to the line this season for Jaden DeMio, and he misses both. And then a timeout Oxnard here, 14:10 to go in the second half. 43-41, Condors in the lead, timeout on the floor, we'll take it as well.
Every time you order a hot sub from Jersey Mike's, it's grilled fresh right in front of you. The sizzling, the chopping, the spatula. That's why I bring this. I call it dinner and a show. Look at that sizzle.
Number 17 for Danny.
Oh, that's mine. Gotta go, Aaron. Grilled right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above. Mike's thing. A sub above.
Oxnard basketball out of the timeout. So quickly bring it across the timeline. Davis inside, Noah Del Rio Sanchez outside to Scholes. They'll work it back around Del Rio Sanchez. It was nearly stolen, trying to drive. And a foul going to be called against Barstow here. It's going to go against DeMio. That's his fourth. Inbound play for Del Rio Sanchez under the basket. He was able to get loose around Ozono, and he has the bucket. 7 for Noah Del Rio Sanchez. Lead back up to 4. DeMio needs to move it and does. There's Gazolga now. Foul line jumper over the top of Means, no good. Couple of Vikings fighting for the rebound. Airy is the one who pulls it down and puts it in. Airy now with 9. Oxnard 3-on-2 back the other way off the inbound. Scholes will just spin it back. Had it taken out of his hands, but it'll stay with the Condors here as Ozono was right in his hip pocket. Here's a fall away from Davis, no good. Ozono back the other way, a 3. And just like that, Barstow finds themselves with just their second lead of the ball game, 46-45. They've led by 1 twice today. Del Rio Sanchez that time no good. Rebound tipped back out to Gazolga. They'll get it back from DeMio. Ahead, Airy. Airy driving baseline. Tried to throw it underneath the basket, nobody there. Picked up by Davis. Davis 1-on-2. Gets to the rim, lays it in. Davari Davis has his first basket of the ball game, and Oxnard back out in front. Here's a 3 again. Ozono is good. 3s back-to-back for Ozono. As a 2-point Barstow lead, and then a blocking foul called against Shakir Airy will bring in pretty much wholesale changes from both sides. As we'll see, Rucker, Macias, Mora and Sweat back on the floor. The only one that stays on is Isaac Means for Oxnard. And it's going to be Fultz, Edie, Prestia, Roberts, and Blanchard back on the floor for Barstow here. 2-point Barstow lead, 49-47. Sweat trying to drive, and then he's fouled, and he'll go up to the line for 2 shots. First foul on Prestia. Sweat with the first of 2. Evens the ball game at 49 as he makes both. His first 2 foul shots of the day. It was 2 of 3 yesterday, so now 4 of 5 on the season. Steal for Oxnard. Sweat trying to sprint it down the floor. Went up with the right hand. Was trying to draw contact. Didn't get it. Missed the rim. Back the other way, Prestia. He'll stop it up on the near side wing. Tried to spin it back over to Blanchard, but stepping in the lane was Means, and he'll go in with a run out and misses a wide open layup. He kind of got himself in between a one-handed slam and a layup. And kind of fooled himself, and that's why coaches will always call for lay it off the window and in. Got to make those easy buckets. Instead, it stays a 49-all game. Oxnard got a stop there last time down. Barstow gets one the same as Prestia took it away from Macias. Back the other way, Blanchard gets the bucket. For Jalen Blanchard, he's got 7 now. Barstow back with a 2-point lead. Rucker with 13, Ortiz with 12. Edie with 11 for Barstow. Sweat trying to jump into the lane, got it taken away from him. And then Blanchard, another finish on the other side, give him 9. Sweat with a 3, no good. Blanchard had it stripped off of him.
Into the game for the Cougars, Ortiz and Del Rio Sanchez, replacing Weeds and 6.
Sweat picks up the foul, going to be his 3rd. Blanchard, a 3 is good. Largest lead of the day for Oxnard at 7, or excuse me, for Barstow at 7. And an Oxnard turnover gives Barstow the ball back. Blanchard back to work again, steps into a 3, and he hits back-to-back 3s. And a timeout called by Oxnard here as Jalen Blanchard is heating up. He's got 15, the lead is 10. As Barstow coming alive midway through this second half. Find themselves up 59-49. As the Condors wanted to talk about it after the timeout. Oxnard led most of the way. They only trailed by 1. Once in that first half. I believe it was super late in that first half, too. It was. Came at 3:09 in the first half. It's the only time that Oxnard had relinquished the lead in the ball game. He had stretched it back out to 6 here to start in the second. But a 10-0 Barstow run has given them a 10-point lead at 59-49. And it's a 13-2 run altogether here. (59-49). Barstow leading Oxnard. 9:21 to go here in the ball game. Oxnard led by 14 at one point in the first half. And now each team has had double-digit leads in this game number 3 of the 2023 Clash at Canyons here at newly minted Lee Smelser Court. Inside the Cougar cage is a steal again. Barstow Roberts a run out and an easy lay-in. Roberts has 4, lead to 12. Del Rio Sanchez misses in transition. Blanchard back the other way. Drops it Roberts. Roberts, one extra dribble, puts it underneath. A reverse layup. Then Edie gonna get credited with a delay of game. And now Barstow has matched Oxnard's largest lead of the ball game at 14. 63-49 as the Vikings have come alive here in this second half, the midway point. For Oxnard, they've lost the plot of the game a little bit here. Had been in control for most of the first half. Mora couldn't catch the pass from Ortiz, has to put up a turnaround jumper with a hand in his face with 2 seconds on the shot clock. Fultz pulls down the rebound. Blanchard back the other way. Blanchard wanting to drive. Now will drive with the left hand. High dribble. Puts it off the rim. No good. Roberts and Edie able to fight for the rebound. They get it to Fultz, who puts up a straightaway 3. No good. And then Edie tied up with Ortiz. And both Edie and Ortiz are going to get fouls here. So for Daniel Ortiz, it'll be his first. For Derek Edie, it'll be his first as well. It should be Oxnard basketball, I believe, as Del Rio Sanchez and Sweat off. They bring Davari Davis and Ethan Macias back in. As it is Oxnard basketball. Macias sprinting by the defense here. Bounce pass hit Mora in the knees. Mora able to get it over to Ortiz for the 3. Contested no. Rucker the inside board and the putback. Rucker, who's been quiet in the second half, now has 15. Robertson fouled going to the basket. And Roberts will go to the line. First foul against Rashawn Rucker. Roberts, his first trip to the line, has 6 points in the ball game. Misses the first. Rucker and Ortiz with 13 and 12 for Oxnard. Blanchard and Edie with 15 and 11 for Barstow. Edie has 11 boards as well, so he's got a double-double in the ball game. Rucker pulls down his 7th rebound, so he's close to a double-double. Ortiz, wing 3 on the way. No, too strong. Neither team has shot the ball well from 3 today. Barstow 7 of 22, which actually, when you look at it on the surface, 31% is pretty average, we'll say. Not bad at all, but for Oxnard, 0 of 10 from 3. Here's Blanchard, he hits another. Blanchard with his 4th 3 of the ball game. Give him 18, he's 4 of 4 from beyond. And then a foul gonna be called against Prestia here. His second foul. So 8 of 23, and 4 of those 8 have come off the fingertips of Jalen Blanchard, who's 4 of 4 today from downtown. And then you have Prestia and Ozono each with 2 3-pointers. Here's Rucker. So Oxnard back to work offensively, and Roberts going to get called for a reach. I think really more in his space. Third foul against Roberts. Puts Oxnard in the bonus, so they will shoot 1 and 1. With 6:49 to go as Macias to the line. Makes the first. First point of the ball game for Ethan Macias. Second one rolls home. Fultz needs to get it in and does. Fultz being forced to dribble it all the way up the floor. They get it to Prestia. Corner three bounces home. Prestia has his third three of the ball game. He's got 9 points now. Roberts gets a steal on the inbound. Fultz to Edie. Edie for three. Back-to-back threes for Barstow. And they've extended the lead to 72-53. Looking for more off the steal, but Prestia couldn't put it back. It's a 19-point lead. Macias, good drive that time. Just took enough time, delayed itself a little bit, and stops a 6-0 run. Blanchard, offensive foul. Ortiz, outside the restricted area, underneath the basket, draws the charge. Subs here for Barstow, the second unit coming in, 5:54 to go, a 17-point advantage. Ortiz, who's been quiet today. Another missed three for Oxnard. Barstow on a run out the other way. Airy, no. Got his own rebound, no. Got another rebound and puts it in on the third opportunity. Shakir Airy now in double figures. Macias trying to end the cold streak for Oxnard and does. That's the first three-pointer of the ball game for the Condors. It comes at 5:20 and change. Perkins Bell on the other side, a lay-in. Oxnard quickly ahead. Ortiz fouled by Airy, who crashed hard into the wall. So that's the fifth on Shakir Airy, so he will be out. It's actually the fourth, they say, on Shakir Airy here. Ortiz makes the first of two. Second is good as well. Rucker out, Mora back in. Off the inbound play, Isaac Means with a bucket. So Oxnard trying to come back from a 19-point deficit here in this second half. Here's DeMio. Got it to Airy. Back to DeMio. He'll put up a three. No good, but skying through for the putback was Ozono. Blanchard checking back in. As Gosolga comes back out. Lead back down to 16 here. Mora throws it out of play. Mio trying to spin back to the middle of the floor. Now finds Perkins Bell driving, but he's blocked as Means went up and swatted it away. 2-on-1 the other way. Good behind the back pass that time from Davis for the finish from Mora. And then it's pressed out of play by Oxnard on the inbound play. Edie checking back in to take over for Jaden DeMio here as the lead down to 14. Oxnard in a press of their own right now. Edie with the basketball. Ozono, little stutter step, block trying to put it up. Ortiz had it, but gave it right to Airy, and then Edie going to be called for an over-the-back foul, going up over the top of Jacob Mora. That's going to send Mora to the line here. And a timeout called by Barstow here with 3:12 to go in a 14-point game. So 3:12 to go, 14-point lead. 2 foul shots coming here for Jacob Mora. First of 2 is good. Mora, 4-4 from the line now. There's Airy. Top to Edie. 12-point Barstow lead, but they turn it over. Oxnard back the other way on a 2-on-1. Macias, no. Mora gets it on the putback. All of a sudden, the lead down to 10. It was 19. Another Barstow turnover. Oxnard trying to push here. Macias, a three. No. Airy the rebound. Ahead, Perkins Bell drives right to the basket, off the glass. No, Edie the putback makes it back a 12-point lead. 80-68. 2:10 to go. Which means inside Ortiz, fouled by Blanchard. So Ortiz gonna go to the line. Prestia checking back in to take over for Azono. Ortiz makes 1 of 2. 14 points for Ortiz here. Give him 15 as he knocks both down, and a timeout called by Oxnard with 2:05 to go. Remember, we'll have the Clash of Canyons championship game after this one. College of the Canyons, Cuyamaca. Supposed to be a 2 p.m. start, but might be pushed back just a touch. I hope you join us for that one. As both those teams with big victories yesterday. In the opening games of this Clash of Canyons tournament. Cuyamaca, a 26-point win over Oxnard, 74-48. College of the Canyons, an 18-point win over Barstow, 101-83. For College of the Canyons, trying to win their fourth straight Clash of Canyons season opener. They've won the last 3. Last year they beat Cuyamaca 78-60 and Oxnard 84-76. Trying to do the same this year. Keep the trophy in town. Edie to Perkins Bell off the inbound as Barstow back to work. Oxnard doubling here, gets another steal. Ortiz at 3, no. That's been Oxnard's downfall today. The 3-point ball has not been there. Condors shooting 1 of 13 from 3 today. They're only 3 from Ethan Macias. Foul went against Isaac Means his first. Next foul will put Barstow at the line. So Oxnard can stop the clock if they want here in a 10-point game. Barstow able to get across the timeline. Blanchard's pass kicked. And so it'll keep the shot clock at 21 seconds, and with 1:38 to go, it'll be a Barstow inbound play here. They get it to Prestia. Prestia drops his dribble, so he has to get it to Blanchard. Blanchard nearly had it stripped as he got doubled, but Prestia cleaned it up. Barstow can run it down for another 7 seconds. Here's Edie. Airy trying to drive. Lays it off the glass. Nice control by Shakir Airy that time. He's got 14. Back to a 12-point lead. 65 seconds to go. Oxnard will swing it. Macias a 3, looking for his second of the ball game. No. Mora the rebound, gets it to Ortiz. Ortiz trying to drive. Airy with the steal. Airy trying to sprint ahead, gets around Davis and lays it in. Give Airy, I I think it's 16 now as we're waiting for the score to tick back ahead. Macias with an easy lay-in on the other side to get it back to a 12-point game and a timeout called by Oxnard. So 42.4 to go. Oxnard trying to get another steal again, and they do. But then Davis couldn't handle the basketball, and it'll be Barstow basketball with 31.3. So if you're Oxnard, now the official's going to talk about it here. And ask if possession actually changed, because that's actually a big deal if the shot clock resets, and it should. So now if you're Oxnard, you pretty much have to immediately foul or get a steal. They don't get either. Blanchard can just hold it in the corner. Barstow passing it around can run this down to 1 second. If they don't throw it away, they do, but 17 seconds, you can't make up 12 points in 17 seconds. That's pretty hard to do. Macias will bring it ahead. Got to figure it's going to take about 4 seconds to get a bucket here. Got it to Ortiz, back to Macias, and that'll pretty much do the ball game. It's just a matter of what the final score will be. Barstow pulls down the rebound. They'll throw it ahead. Roberts will try for a finish here late. Good no call by the officials that time. 84-72 the win for Barstow as they take game number 3 of the Clash. As they improve to 1-1 on the season, Oxnard falls to 0-2. Oxnard did have a 14-point lead in the ballgame, but Barstow a comeback victory, and they get the win. Thank you for joining us here on the Cougar Sports Network. We hope you join us for game number 2 of this final day of the Clash of Canyons, the Clash of Canyons championship game between Cuyamaca and College of the Canyons.